Greetings, my little lovelies. I hope I find you all well again, and as usual, feeling tickety boo. Now, 5 stories for you today. 1 or 2 of them are a bit short, so I've thrown them all together. Now, the first one involves a letter from the devil. The second one involves a photograph, and I'll be interested to see your reaction to it and what you guys can see in it. Now, the third one is all about information about where not to park your car this summer. Weird, I know. Oh dear. The next one is all about someone who hears someone whispering in their ear, but not just any old somebody. And the fifth and final, don't laugh, it's not funny. The fifth and final one, oh dear, involves daylight. Now, I think I've confused everybody for enough, so let's crack on, shall we? A letter by a nun who claimed to have been possessed by the devil in 1676 has finally been translated. Over 300 years ago, at a convent in Sicily, a nun named Sister Maria claims to have been possessed by the devil. According to the story, Sister Maria woke up one morning in 1676, covered in ink, having spent the night writing letters. Maria, who had been at the convent since she was 15, is believed to have been screaming and fainting while writing the notes, which she said the devil dictated to her. She claimed the possession was part of Lucifer's plan to turn her against God and convince her to serve the devil. The writings featured a bizarre mixture of letters from archaic alphabets, and no one was able to decipher the messages. Today, one of the mysterious texts is still intact, and thanks to researchers from the Ludum Science Centre in Italy, part of it has finally been decoded. The software that they use to decode it is believed to be used by intelligence services for code breaking. Daniel Abate, director of the centre, has said, "We primed the software with ancient Greek, Arabic and runic alphabet and Latin to descramble some of the letter and show that it really is devilish." The letter is said to describe God, Jesus and the Holy Spirit as deadweights, and states, God thinks he can free mortals, but his system works for no one. It even goes as far as to claim that God was invented by man. There is also reference made within the writings to the river Styx, which in Greek mythology is said to separate a realm of the living from the underworld. It says, perhaps now Styx is certain. Despite the findings, Daniel doesn't believe Sister Maria was ever possessed by the devil, but instead that she may have suffered from schizophrenia. He explained, I personally believe that the nun had a good command of languages, which allowed her to invent the code, and she may have suffered from a condition such as schizophrenia, which made her imagine dialogues with the devil. Interesting story, folks? Let us know your thoughts. The following is a picture from well over 100 years ago. The chap involved, I shall put his name on the screen. He only had one name, no surname by the way. He was from India and was originally a Hindu, but he converted to Christianity. As a result, religious fanatics came after him. They wanted to hurt and kill him. Now notice the aura around him. It is said that that is an angel protecting him, and he was never hurt. What do you think of that photograph, my little lovelies? As usual, let us know. A plague of tiny insects, which leaves cars covered in an unpleasant, sticky substance, could leave motorists facing costly repair bills this summer. Greenfly are predicted to swarm across the UK over the next few months after the high temperatures of the sunniest May on record. But motorists who leave their car parked under a tree could find themselves counting the costs. That's because the excretions of the insect rot paintwork, leaving car owners with a bill of up to £600. These insects may be small and look harmless, but you should not underestimate how much damage they can cause. They excrete a sticky substance known as honeydew that forms an unpleasant residue on car bonnets and their roofs. This then turns into like black mold spores and can eat through the paintwork because of the high acidity. Don't park under trees. A woman who temporarily died claimed to hear the voice of the Virgin Mary in a near-death experience. The person named as Sherry was in a serious car accident when she was younger, which left her fighting for her life. Sherry temporarily died, and while she was under, she believed she caught a glimpse of the afterlife, or at least heard voices from it. Sherry said that she could hear the Virgin Mary telling her that it was not her time. Sherry said, "I heard a woman's voice say, 'You will not die.' I thought at first it was either my deceased mother or mother-in-law. But as I went back into my body, I knew the voice I heard was the Virgin Mary. I called her Mother Mary. This is the second time in my life that I heard and knew that it was her voice. As a small child, I heard her voice and felt her presence. There was an awful fire at our house, but by the grace of God, the propane did not explode, and they were able to get me out in one piece." Sherry says life has not been the same since. She said, "I could not communicate to anyone what happened. No words could describe that a miracle had happened. I am now not the same person that I was in that car almost 4 years ago." What do we think of Sherry's story, guys? As usual, let us know. Did you know in Victorian times, windows like this were bricked up because people were window taxed? This is where the term daylight robbery comes from. People were actually taxed if they had an extra window, so they would brick it up. How bizarre! Welcome back, my little lovelies. I hope you enjoyed them. As usual, let us know your thoughts. Keep everything nice and clean and tickety-boo! Now, I have to say a big thank you to you all. We've just crossed 4,500 subscribers, which is a massive achievement for this little channel, and it's all down to you guys. So, from all of us here, thank you, and long may it continue. I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers who have helped push us over that milestone. So, keep watching, my little lovelies. Keep watching. Right, that's enough for me. Until next time, my little lovelies, take care and stay safe. Ta-ta, my little lovelies. Ta-ta.